It's May 17th, 2020. It's been sort of rainy here in Seattle, but sometimes it's sunny like today. I have rearranged the garden quite a bit, so I'll give you a tour. Start over here with the pine tree, looks pretty much the same. And the succulents over here is sending out some new leaves, like these ones, and some new growth over here too. Here's the elephant food plant, some new leaves as well, you can see over here. Versus is doing really well. A lot of new leaves coming out. And over this week, I put some bulb plants away. This is the Persian pearl tulip, and this black pot is the tulip, and this two longer pot is crocus. And here's a green sign to remind me of this little sea pot. This is what the crocus looked like before I cleaned it up. As you can see, pretty much all of them have died back, so I can put them away safely. And when I was cleaning up, I actually found this two peanuts in the soil. I think some bird probably hid it here. Too bad I'm gonna move the pot, so they're probably not gonna find them anymore. And also I found the seed pod, as indicated earlier. I'm gonna harvest this when it's matured. And here's the raspberry bush. You can see down here's a lot of the new cane growth. These are gonna flower next year. Well, these 2-year-old canes are flowering already, and you can see some of the flowers are pollinated nicely, like these two to the left. The one on the right doesn't look like it's pollinated as well. And here's a few more. This one doesn't look like it's pollinated as well either. So the bees has definitely been making some good progress, but hopefully this other new flowers like these ones are gonna get pollinated a lot more. This one looks pretty good to me, but yeah, we'll see. Here's the lavender. You can see a lot of flowers that's gonna open soon. You can see a tiny bit of purple coming out already. That's the flower. Just gonna show you the flower for a few more seconds because I think they look really nice. Here's the rosemary. You can see a lot of new growth, a little bit of browning on the new growth, but it looks pretty healthy. Here's another rosemary, lots of new growth as well. To the left is the hydrangea. You can see right here is a new growth, and this part of the plant is sending out a lot of flowers. These two flowers are the oldest one, I think. If you look closely, I think it's started to turn pink. I'll give you a closer look. It kind of looks pink to me. But yeah, generally the flowers opened as kind of greenish and then it slowly turns white and then pink. And then over here we have the artichoke. I cut up the flowers a few weeks ago. Hopefully it's gonna send out another flower. And I moved the green onion over here. I think the flowers are turning into seeds, but I'm not sure. Here are the summer snowflakes. The seed pods, I already harvested them. I'll show you at the end of the video. Hyacinth is dying back, as you can see. And the main reason I moved the pot over here is because of these guys, the lacy phacelia. You can see a lot of flowers are opening. These are going to attract a lot of pollinators, and hopefully that's going to bring them closer to the raspberry bush. Down here is more bulb plants. This is the glory of the snow, striped squill, and grape hyacinth. The harvested seed pod will be shown at the end of the video. Here's the mulberry. You can see there's a lot more leaves now. And let's take a closer look at the flowers. You can see the white part, the white spiky part of the flowers are fading away now. So it means the flower is fading and the fruit is gonna form soon. Here I moved the daffodil over here. Let's look at the lily of the valley. So you can see the flowers are pretty much all faded now. The blueberry is doing really well. Let's take a closer look at the blueberries. You can see here some blueberries forming very nicely. They're still green and they're still getting bigger. We're gonna have a lot of blueberries. Right here too. Here's the grape hyacinth. You can see they're all seed pods. I'm not gonna harvest them though. And then I put out the calla lily. You can see the sprouts. Here's the strawberries, a lot of leaves. And if we dig into it, you can see some flowers. Most of the flowers have faded and they're all turning into strawberries. This one doesn't look like it's pollinated that well. Here I found one strawberry that looks like it's pollinated pretty well. You can see the shape is really regular. So yeah, hopefully we'll have more strawberries like that. Here I found more strawberries. They don't look too well formed. I also put out the dahlia. You can see the sprouts are coming up nicely. And here's the peony. Not too much has changed. Move the sweet alyssum over here. Hydrangea is looking great. A lot of flowers forming. You can see here some pinkish, purplish flowers. Down here's, these are kind of purplish, I think. These are more pink, I think. Yeah, a lot of different colors. Here's the ginger. Doesn't look like it's sprouting yet. Move the blueberry over here. Some flowers and fruits forming. Here's the succulents. They're flowering now, and I've actually seen bees making rounds around these yellow flowers. So that's a good sign. And of course the asparagus sprouts. These ones are mostly leaves, and the purple one, apparently I broke it. I'm gonna eat this little tip. And to the left is a few more green variety sprouts. If you look closely, I think there's a lot of flowers from the sprouts. And here's the older sprouts. I'm not seeing any more new sprouts coming up. The grape is doing well. Here you can see it's sending out more flowers. And the previous flowers I've been tracking, you can see it's dead. So no grapes from these ones. And then the one closer to the light, let's take a look at the flowers. Looks like the flower has opened. You can see the little stigmas forming. Here's some more flowers. Still not sure if they're actually gonna turn into grapes though. And then down here we have the rhubarb. The leaves are getting super big. Looks very nice. Saffron, I moved them over here, and the snowdrop as well. As for the indoor garden, here's the succulent. Looks great. Another succulent, also looking great. And the orchids are doing pretty much the same. Just lots of new growths and leaves. Mini oncidiums over here, pretty much the same. Another mini oncidium, same thing. The string of pearls, you can see it's actually sending out a bit of new growths. Some other orchids, not too much has changed. Small prayer plants. And I think the pineapple's condition has been stabilizing, even though it looks sad. I don't think the leaves are dying anymore. From the newer leaves, it looks like they're getting a bit taller, so it might have started growing again. Here's just the snake plant, and the pretty one doesn't look like it's rooting yet. Here's the ficus. The dragon tree plant is recovering really well. And the hoya plants, you can see this new growth is getting a lot longer. Hopefully I don't break it. Not seeing any other new growth. And the staghorn fern. Looks like the show fern is getting a bit bigger, but not by much. And the seed pod I harvested today, you can see this one is the striped squill seed pod. And here's some seed that has fallen out. Right here's the summer snowflake seed pods and the grape hyacinth latifolium variety seed pods. I broke open the seed pods and it doesn't look like there's any matured seeds in the summer snowflake seed pods. As you can see right here, neither does the grape hyacinth. But the striped squill has a lot of seeds, as you can see right here. So yeah, I'm gonna store them in a plastic bag, and in the future we can use them.